well, but maybe we should talk about software.
Yeah. So, I think we were talking about this before, that it's kind of never a better time to maybe getting into the world of hardware.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
That is
like
a very interesting
we all
point.
love getting people riled up in the hardware versus plug-in debate. But I think at the moment in particular, it's never been a better time to get into hardware and like, not just to spruik hardware, we use plugins. Like we just should clarify that always. We use plugins in our day-to-day as much as we use hardware,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
We're not against plugins.
It's unavoidable.
Yeah. There are things that plugins can do
Yeah.
that hardware just cannot.
Yep.
And there are types of plugins that do a job that hardware just doesn't do.
Just quickly, tell the people about Mutamatic.
Oh, yeah. So a 6 plugin.
So I just told you about this one.
So that's a free plugin.
Yep. Good, really cool one. Mute-O-Matic.
Yeah. Who does that one again?
Soundradix.
Soundradix, yeah, you've mentioned them before.
Arguably one of the best plugin companies out there.
Yeah.
We'll get into the whole plugin thing, but Soundradix for me are top
there.
three. Top three.
Yeah. What was the one that you were using?
Auto Align.
Yeah.
What are you
And the
going
drum gate
to
one,
say
right?
about the Auto Align? About
No, I already ripped Johnny on that one. I don't have to do it again.
so
I
this
roasted
is
you pretty good that time.
You got me good. So this is you fucking cunt. This is so this one's free.
Yeah, it's completely free.
And what you do is some like as modern recording setups evolve, things like TalkBack are becoming less and less part of a setup, right? Like you don't have monitoring.
Yep.
In higher end interfaces, you don't have monitoring,
Yep.
you don't have
TalkBack
TalkBack,
mics
you often
built in.
don't have preamps, like heaps of things you don't have. So that leaves certain things like TalkBack is a bit of an issue. What I used to do is have a little, this is probably what you do, is have a little fader and go, hey Jimmy, play better, and turn it up and go, it's Mitch. But now I just have my microphone into a preamp, turned all the way up because, drummers are always complaining I can never hear you. Turned all the way up. And Mutamatic, essentially, it's you're monitoring when you're not recording, you're monitoring that channel, and then when you press record, it mutes that channel.
Yeah, so you can have it set for playback recording,
Yes.
or you can inverse that, but we don't need to get into that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
basically,
Anyway.
it just does it automatically for you. So as soon as you're not playing or recording, it opens up your microphone and unmutes your microphone so you can talk. And then as soon as you hit play or record, it mutes it, which is like so amazing.
It's such an invaluable tool. It's free.
Do you have it just on record mode? So and then in playback you're talking, or
Yes.
yeah, just on record mode. Yeah,
Just so.
I used it in my. I'm going to be using it in live stream setups, but when I do a capture setup through OBS, which I do for like plugin reviews, I've played around with different options with microphone setups and a hardware mute button that I have on my console.
Yeah.
And even just trying to reach all the time, it's annoying.
Sometimes you forget.
Yeah, and it also means I still have to be on headphones.
Yeah.
So unless I'm muting, and so I wanted to start doing all those plug-in shootouts and stuff on my actual monitors.
Yep.
And that was a plugin that just does it.
So
and it's
cool.
like,
So
yeah,
cool.
so cool.
Anyway.
But yeah, just an honourable mention
I
before we get...
derailed you a little bit. So
Yeah, just before we get into like the plugin bashing. Yeah, it's always good to say, like there are good plugins out there. We use them all the time, what have you. But something we've been noticing as a trend, I have in particular, is the cost of plugins is definitely going up.
Definitely.
And obviously for a long time, plugin companies are starting to go to subscriptions, which we can talk about as well. But if plugin costs are going up and hardware costs are going down and getting more affordable, maybe it's a good time to start looking at hardware.
When
people.
you brought up that point about people should start thinking about hardware, and it wasn't because hardware is getting cheaper, it's because plugins are becoming more expensive. Yeah, and so thinking about it from that angle is interesting.
Yes.
So yeah, that like, I don't know, when you said that, my mind just started going crazy because like I started thinking about all my favorite plugins, how expensive they are. Then there's the subscription model thing, which is just fucking horseshit.
Yes.
And yeah, like you said, like like hardware's not really getting more expensive.
No, it's getting cheaper.
Plugins are though.
Yes.
All right, but so before, like everyone knows how we feel about hardware. There's no point in trying to spruik hardware.
No.
So let's look at the plugin angle of this.
Yeah. So which one do you want to start on? Let's start on one of them in particular.
Okay,
subscription or
oh fuck! I mean, the subscription thing,
start
like
there. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, we can knock that out pretty quickly. So, like, we both hate it. Subscription. You're essentially you're renting something that you never own.
Yeah.
You know what? I did something recently. I started renting to own a couple plugins.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
Rent to own
Yes.
or like lease to buy or whatever, however you want to describe it.
Yeah.
That's a great option.
Yeah.
Who did you?
Oak Sound.
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
I did that for Soothe.
Bro, okay.
Yeah.
So I did it for Bloom.
Yeah, cool.
Because
they're pricey. They're not.
They are. They're expensive.
pricey.
Oak Sound are on my list of topics today because I am just frothing.
Yeah.
I fucking love them.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
I'm getting better at using Soothe for things.
Oh man, once you get your head around Soothe and you'll go to Bloom.
Yeah.
And
I've used Bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And shout out to we've mentioned the guys from Oak Sound.
Yeah.
They're legends.
I want to come meet you guys when I come to NAM. Yeah, because you like arguably my favorite plugin company. But yeah, Soothe is game changer. Anyone that says that there's another plugin that out there that does what it does is wrong.
Yeah.
There's nothing that like there's stuff that is close.
Do you want to describe Bloom real quick?
I don't know how. That's the thing.
It's kind of like a restorative thing, a little bit like Soothe is, but then it does.
I don't think it's
stuff.
like Soothe. I think it's more like Golfos.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's
fair.
like from what I understand, and I don't understand much, is that you put the plug in on and it either makes up for where you're missing or decreases where you've got too much.
Yes.
Now, who decides what's too much and what's not enough? I don't know. I don't know what fucking gremlins are in there, deciding that his mids are terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like who decide? Maybe I want shitloads of high end in my mix. Like that's the bit where I'm just like, but it works.
Yeah, and there are controls for those.
They are like, I mean, there's parameters you can set for what frequencies are affected.
Yeah.
But there's not like, you can't really, it's pretty take the wheel, you know?
Yeah.
Which
same as Golfos and all this,
we talk about this stuff often where it's like, what is it really doing? Or
and is it actually, when it's hard to hear it because it's really transparent, is it actually making it better or worse? Those things can be a problem as well sometimes.
So I mean, Golfos, Blooms, not so much Soothe, but those two, and I think Waves have just put one out, desperately trying to get into the game.
Waves one.
Waves. Hang on. So it's, what did I say? Golfos. Waves versus Golfos. So it'll bring up whatever the Waves one is. Automatic EQ. I hate that, dude. Automatic EQ. Doesn't that make you feel dirty?
Yeah.
See, this is part of like. Waves vs. what is this? Waves factory equalizer.
This is where they struggle with their branding a bit, I think.
Branding.
Because people don't want to be auto.
No, and I don't want to see the word AI.
No.
You know what I mean? And that's not what it is. No. So they're fucking that up. Anyway, Curves Equator.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I remember when that came out.
So this is one of those ones where it's just like, you chuck it on and it EQs for you.
Yeah.
Now, I use these things very sparingly. I use them at the very end when I've done everything and I'm like, it's just not, I just need that. And I put this on and I use it at about 10, 20%. Not this one, not the Waves one, but I use Golfos. Let's go have a look at Golfos. Golfos is expensive as fuck.
Yeah. What's this one, like 250 or something like that, right?
Dude, more. And it's USD too. Golfos plugin. Anyway, so this was
How much?
This was one of those ones that I think I saw 300 AUD. Dude,
that is when we get into hardware territory.
That's a microphone. Like you could go and buy a cool
and when
mic.
we say hardware, we mean anything you might need in your studio.
You hold in your hands.
And I would argue, especially microphones, a good microphone might fix the harshness problems you're trying to solve with a plugin.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So this is where I think where people really misconstrue the hardware versus software debate. So we'll go on a bit of a tangent maybe on this while we're at it.
Yeah.
So if you have decent analog hardware, not cheap analog hardware, good mid-range even, because some of the mid-range stuff is great now. If you have a good microphone into a good preamp, into a good compressor, what that'll do sonically to things, and even maybe a good EQ. Like I love analog EQs and I don't care what people say. I will say this until the day I die. People tend to say online, digital EQs are so good. They've really they're not they're as comparable to an analog EQ. Not true. Analog EQ doesn't have any of the harshness that you sometimes get at all.
Wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah. What's wrong?
They're wrong. Yeah, wrong.
Oh, yeah. I think you're saying I'm wrong.
No. You are right.
Yeah. It's so wrong. Like, if you take any plug-in EQ it'll get harsh once you push it hard the same way. Did I say analog? Plug-in. Any plug-in EQ will get harsh the harder you push it. Same as with plug-in compression. They have a limit to the dynamic range they can really handle, whereas in hardware, you can just push things harder. You can push things to 10 dB or more.
Yes.
Like we joke about CLA doing like fucking 9 dB of like boost, but you can do that with hardware. You just get away with it.
Yep.
So I digress. You just, if you have good hardware, and it doesn't mean expensive hardware, but if you have good hardware and make good choices in mics, preamps, compressors, EQs, you can do more on the way in or more even in mixing if you're not scared to commit those tracks. And then maybe you don't have the harshness problems you have later on that you're trying to solve with plugins.
100%.
And I think a lot of the things that people are trying to solve are things because they're using a shit mic or their room acoustics suck or because they don't have good gear.